Hey y'all, welcome to tag 11 of the 12 tags of Christmas. Today I am going to make a tag using the Circle Standard Large dies from Spellbinders Nestabilities. I used the 3rd, 4th, and 5th from the outside in. So let's go ahead and get started. I stamped on I die cut these shimmery blue tealish colored cardstock. To be completely honest, it was in my white scrap bin and I thought it was white paper, and I folded it and then I realized it was this gorgeous shimmer paper, and I'm sad that I wasted part of it, but it's just so pretty and I love it. So I have 3 of those. I was really committed to that teal, using that teal shimmer paper, so I used 0 pattern paper on this at all. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside and we're going to do some stamping. And I'm using, to stamp my to and from, I'm going to use this Danube Blue, I'm sorry, not Danube Blue. You can tell which one I'm used to using. I'm going to use Bahama Blue on this one. I thought it would be a fun change. And the to and from stamps I'm using are from the Inkadinkado tag kit I have been using. So let's just go ahead and get those stamped, and I'm going to put my ink away and set these aside, and I'm going to pull in this piece here and I'm going to stamp some snowflakes on it using some holographic embossing powder by Ranger. But I just realized I forgot to plug my glue gun in, so I need to do that quick. Alright, and like I said, I'm going to use this holographic embossing powder. I love it, but I haven't used it a whole lot because it didn't turn out quite the way I always think it should. But I've used it a couple times this year, and I'm just going to randomly stamp some snowflakes. And I'm just using this small snowflake, and then I've got an even smaller snowflake from an Inkadinkado. Okay, I'm going to powder this so I can see where these other snowflakes are. And I forgot to powder this square, or this circle. With my static pad. Oops. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and powder it again. Alright, and I'm going to come over and powder just... Okay. Alright, and I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to do 2 things here. First of all, I'm going to clean up some of this powder here. And then I'm going to just grab a hold of this with my tweezers here. The cool thing about this holographic is it just makes this shimmery pretty background here. And you know, I've changed my mind. I'm going to just cover this whole piece of paper here. Okay. So essentially what we're going to make is this big teal gorgeous glitter paper here. Okay. Okay, so then we get this, and I love that. I think that is cool. All right. So what I'm gonna do is grab my little cardstock piece here, and I'm gonna grab my adhesive, and we're just gonna cover this with some snail here and line it up. This would be a good tag for a beginner because it, you know, to line it up is so easy. You don't have, you know, lines and jags and, you know, rounded parts. It's really easy to line up a circle. Alright, and I'm going to just put my layers together and put this inside. Okay, now I have options here. I could use another of these confetti pieces, or I can use one of these die cut snowflakes. And I think I'm going to go with the snowflake. But I'm going to go ahead and coat him with some of this holographic glitter as well. And for those of you who are wondering, this embossing ink pad here that says it's from Stampabilities, it's not. I bought it and, you know, it didn't work. Flat out did not work. I even tried embossing it or re-inking it with some Versamark ink, and it didn't work. So what I did is I ended up if any of you guys have ever watched a video from the Frugal Crafter, I just covered it with some glycerin like she uses. I learned that for finer stamps you really do need to have the Versamark, but when you're just covering the whole image, the glycerin works really well. Alright, so let me empty some of this excess here back in my container. So that's what I use when I cover an entire image rather than wasting the Versamark. Alrighty. So there we go. There's our snowflake. And now I'm going to grab my hot glue gun because we're sticking glitter to glitter here now. Even though your glitter is not going to come off, it's still the best way to adhere it is going to be using some hot glue gun. So I'm just going to hot glue that right in the middle there. And the cool thing about this design is that it doesn't matter which way you're looking at it, it's right. So there is tag number 11. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time.